right. Thank you for tuning in. 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Jim George is here. We always talk to Jim about technology. If you have a question about the device that you've been struggling with, maybe what's new with the device, you are invited to call in. The number is 622-9622. If it's got anything to do with entertainment on your handheld device or the big TV in your living room, Jim knows a lot about that kind of stuff. So, again, 622-WOCA. Hey, Jim, how are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, no, I need to...
So did you review the article I gave you about smart TVs?
No.
All right, I sent you an article about smart TVs where it says, remember we talked about hackers who could get into the TV and view you? There was an article.
I missed it. You emailed it to me?
I sent you the I emailed you an article. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
And it says how to do it. It says you go into your settings, you go over it. It tells you exactly how to update your settings and block outsiders from coming in.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
You need to get that and maybe even post it on your site or something.
All right, well, we will do that. And when did you send it?
I would say Monday.
Okay. I am horrible when it comes to seeing all my email.
Oh, I'm sure you have hundreds.
I did. Oh, it's
my wife has 10,000. She hasn't even opened up yet.
Wow.
Yeah, she's the worst.
No, I think I'm the worst. Everybody always tells me, I sent you an email. Did you see it? I was like, oh my gosh, no, I didn't see it. But
anyway, so it's very interesting. They were saying that that's what's happening. So once hackers can get into your TV, and let's assume for the sake of argument, you've used your cell phone to sling to your TV, and you've used your wireless network in your house to do stuff on your TV, like download Netflix or so and so. They now have access to that, and they got in through your TV. So it says you.
That's what happened to the ice maker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They turned off the ice maker.
Oh, boy.
Do you know, before we went on the air, you and I, you brought in a picture of Abbey Road Studios. Yep. Thank you so much. That's kind of cool to see that. I've never actually seen a picture of Abbey Road Studios. So you had been to London and took a picture and brought it in. And we were talking about how when the Beatles recorded there, I believe, now somebody who knows this better than me, but I believe the highest number of tracks they ever used as a group was 4-track. I believe that was the highest it went at that time. Now, of course, they could, double over and make it sound like more than 4, but that's what they had to work with. So Robin and I, kind of on a very small scale, have done a lot of that too. You're going from quarter track to quarter inch to half inch to and the multi-track as well. And now with computers, it's kind of unlimited. You can have as many tracks as you want.
And that's something.
But what's amazing to me is that, according to something I read, this phone, if you had the right app, could literally sound as good as long as you had a good microphone plugged into it and everything. Have you ever heard that before?
Oh, my.
Well, I'm sure it has. The processing power of that cell phone is tremendous. I mean, I saw something on TV the other day. It was Japan, and it was toys that Japan has, and these toys work with your cell phone. So they give you this little small machine. It's about the size of your cell phone, and it's got a record on it, but the record has no content. The record's it's a little toy where you move the arm over and you put it down.
Oh, really?
But anyway, an app comes with it that you put on your cell phone. And then it slings to it, whether it's Fire that slings to it or Bluetooth or whatever. And so you have the app. It's got thousands and thousands of songs, both American, Japanese, Norwegian, all these songs. And then you hit it, and when you do, then the arm starts, the turntable starts to turn, the arm moves over automatically, and it's for kids who want to have their own little record player in their room.
Oh,
but
really?
It's coming from their cell phone.
Oh, my.
That is kind of cool.
And it's got a picture on the cell phone, so if you want to play disc jockey, where you take your finger and you move the disc, forward and backwards to make that scratchy sound that we all hate.
Right.
You can do that also.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that's a neat toy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Under $30.
I wonder if you can do it backwards, because that's one of the things that kind of the Beatles were famous for, is taking the record and moving the turntable backwards and then hearing a hidden message, right?
Yeah.
Like, I buried Paul. You have a phone call, Jim. You ready?
I'm ready.
Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Jim. My end seems to be a little scratchy as far as the connection goes. So much for technology. It seems I read an article or saw it on TV that the new smartphones of today, either the Apple or the regular smartphone, has more computing power than the two computers that were on the moon one that was on the moon lander and the other one that was on the lunar module that circled the moon. And when you hear that, plus the fact it had a lot more speed, then you hear that, you really have to say, how in the heck did we ever get there?
Yeah.
But it was really amazing to hear all this on, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the lunar landing, so
Yeah.
a lot of this stuff is out there to peruse. But anyhow, it's really amazing how far technology has come.
It is.
And it's something to think that in less than 100 years we've, quadrupled or actually more than 1,000 times maximized the technology that was around then in 1969.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, have a great weekend, everybody, and thank you for everything you guys do. Thank you for the programming. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It does say a lot about the technology, but it also says a lot about the skill of the astronauts flying that thing, right? I mean, a lot of that was just the computer in your head, right?
Right.
Yeah. It is kind of amazing.
Talk about flying by the seat of your pants.
Yeah, somebody called the other day. I don't know if it was Galen or somebody told us that the astronauts were pretty much told there's a 50-50 chance you won't make it. Or you won't come back alive. Yeah. So imagine that.
But that's like driving home, It's
I guess so.
in today's traffic.
Yeah, I guess so.
I almost saw an accident happen. It was really unique. Guy came out of a hotel, and it was there was a center median, and you had to turn right. This is right. It was the Hotel 6 right in front of 75 on State Road 27.
Oh,
When
my.
you come out of the hotel, you have to turn right to get on 75 or to go under. Well, it was an older couple, and they turned left. And you should have heard. I just turned my head when I started hearing the brakes.
Oh, no.
And people missed them by inches. By
that's
inches.
crazy.
So all traffic stopped while they backed out. And back into the parking lot so traffic could go by. But you never know. They came out. They were probably told by someone, "Oh, you want to go see the horse farms? When you come out of here, just turn left, and you'll see the horse farms." Instead, they did that, but they couldn't come out like that.
So I wonder how, when we have self-driving cars, the car knows we're going from Ocala to Tampa, right? And it says, okay, I'm going. How do you tell it, I need to use the restroom? I mean, is that what you just do? Say, excuse me, can you stop at a restroom? I mean, how will it know,
Yeah, and then how do you apply manual brakes, the brakes yourself? What if there was a dumb car in front of you and you had a smart car?
Yeah.
Or vice versa. There was a dumb car behind you and he was speeding up to you too fast. Yeah.
And you do have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Yes, good morning, everybody. My mother-in-law moved down to Orlando, Florida about 5 years ago, and amongst other things, she brought the family heirloom, a very large, I believe it's a Philco radio, the one that's got the big tubes and all in it.
Yes.
I get a phone call here the other day. My radio doesn't want to work, and she's wondering if there's anybody that could repair something like that, even if you could get those old tubes. Would that be possible?
Yeah, you can buy the old tubes online. There's a place in Indiana. Boy, I got to think of. It's called Jonesville or Jonestown, and it's famous for their old radios, and they repair them. But normally it's just a tube, and they will send you a tube. So if you type in a Philco radio model or whatever, you'll get probably 100 responses from people that say, "You want to buy the manual on that? Do you need the tubes checked?" And then there are tube checkers still out there. As a matter of fact, I gave my tube checker away about 10 years ago, and it checked like every tube ever made. And so they're still out there. And Jim, if he's listening, I bet his ham people probably have a bunch of old tube checkers too.
Are they still making those tubes?
They are. They're not making them in the sense that they're manufacturing them. They're collecting them from all the sites like myself. I had actually file cabinets, like 20, full of all the old tubes. And there was a gentleman down in West Palm Beach who enjoy doing, knick-knacking, and so I gave him all the schematic drawings I had, and I had hundreds and hundreds of those, and all the tube checker and everything, and he has since passed away about 3 years ago, so I have no idea what happened to the tube checker, the tubes, or anything, but they're available.
Yeah. Do you think there would be somebody that would be available to come to her house and work on it?
You could still find a TV repair person that is our age that knows how to do that. Yeah. The young bucks would not. They just change out a card here and change out a card there. But the older people,
yeah.
I think Bob's TV, I think that's his name, on 441 as you're heading to Bellevue on the left-hand side. I believe he could repair it. I believe he still has a tube checker.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she lives down in Orlando, but I'll have her look around down there and
Sure.
call around and see if there's any way that I can give her a hand with that. I'm surprised that you can still get those tubes. I believe this radio is probably from back in the 1930s, if not even earlier.
Yeah, no problem. You can still. I get flyers sent to me all the time of manufacturers that have the tubes, saying if you're looking for this, and they even have projector tubes. So if you have an old 8mm, an old 16mm. All those tubes are in there. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Hugh. And don't take your headset off yet. You got another call?
Another call.
Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Yes.
Yeah, good morning. There's a fellow in Orlando that deals in used vacuum tubes. I don't remember his name, but he's on Sly Boulevard, north of the railroad station, a couple of blocks north of the railroad station. If you need vacuum tubes, basically he's an hour and a half down the road. And I'll wish you all a good morning.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they see all you have to do is make yourself your need known.
Yeah, right.
And WOCA supplies.
That's it. Our listeners are the best Google we ever had.
I mean, you're welcome to use the cantina, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And you can go get a, what's that thing called again? The Italian dessert?
Cannoli.
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 Yes.
Cannoli.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Italy?
I've never been to Italy, no.
No?
But you're going to France.
I'm going to France. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is
close.
pretty
I'll make the
amazing.
channel. I'll do it this time.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'll make it a point to get, we're going to try and fly into Paris and fly out of England again. So we have to come across. Mm-hmm.
that'll
Make
be
the trip, the
fabulous.
train ride.
Yeah.
Get the Eurail pass. Do the bicycle thing.
You're going to do the
how
bicycle
fun.
thing.
Yeah, you rent a bike.
How fun.
Yeah.
And you rent it at the airport, or you can rent it at the train station, and you take it with you on the train, and when it stops, you can get off, and you can ride your bike. So we're going to try
Really?
and stay 2 weeks instead of one, just ride
Well,
a
we
bike.
have to. We're building up our stamina on the bicycles. We are We've gone 5 times now so far.
Yeah. No, it hurts after. I mean, I haven't ridden a bike in years and years. I would say 25 years, and I was riding my daughter's bike about 2 weeks ago, and I just rode it around just to ride hands free, make sure my balance was still there and things like that. Nothing. I mean, not even 20 minutes. And that evening, my thighs. I said, "Wow, it's amazing what muscles
sort of kind of know that feeling.
I said, "I exercise."
Well, what do you think about the bicycles that have the motors on them?
It's amazing. Yeah, I had
I think I'd
you
like
would
that.
bring that up. A gentleman, I was digging a ditch over at Arrowhead Campground the other day, put in electric service, and a guy came over and showed me a picture of a bike, and it had a Briggs & Stratton lawnmower engine that he had attached to the bicycle and made it himself.
Wow.
And he said, "Yeah, I'll bring it over to you when are you back?" I said, "Well, I'll be back today around 2:00." And he said, and which is today. And so he said, "Yeah, I'll drive it over." He says, "It really, and it's noisy."
I bet.
Push lawnmower. He said, "But it really runs." And I said, "Well, how are the brakes?" He said, "Oh no, I got to check the brakes." I said, "Yeah, because if it really runs, you want to really check those brakes."
Wow.
Isn't that something?
They
was
might
a-
let you ride it.
There was a story of a motorcycle development that kept it upright even if you were at a stoplight. What do you call it? Is it a gyroscope? What is it that keeps things steady?
Yeah, the gyro.
Yeah, so it has something like that built into it. Don't ask
Yeah, as
me.
long as it's spinning, it's hard to, once the inertia takes place, it's hard to get it off of inertia.
And so that would keep it standing upright, huh?
Yeah. Well, as long as it's spinning, yeah.
But I would imagine it's spinning from the engine. As long as the engine is on, it would stay up.
Yeah,
like that.
or as long as you were riding, it could be belt driven in the sense that even when you stop, it's still freewheeling. It's still going on. It's like a top. You know what a gyro is?
Yeah, I know. The toy.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I know.
That's basically it. It's a toy.
All right, here we go. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Talking about bicycles, I have bicycles today that you can ride, and then when you get tired, you just switch it over to electric mode. It has a big battery, I guess, somewhere in it. Some of the batteries are actually built into the frame, and it'll power along doing about 20, 25 miles an hour. And they say you got about a 30-mile range. Somebody riding a bicycle, 30 miles is a good trip. But anyway, it's amazing what's out there.
Well, maybe I'll get one, and I won't tell Robin. And then when we go bicycle riding, she'll be really tired, and I'll say, I don't know, I'm fine.
Yeah.
The best thing is it looks like the old balloon tire Schwinn's and stuff, and the motor is in the front hub, and the battery is in the back. And this way, that's if you have a multi-speed, like a 5-speed, or however some of those larger bikes came with. And it doesn't interfere with anything there, and it has the regular caliper brakes, and you got a little electric power, and they don't take long to charge up, etc. And you have to, look for it, because you look for the battery pack or the motor. You can go by that big hub in the front wheel. But that's what we got today. So you can ride around, and you get to a hill. You turn the battery on, and you got a little boost to help you up the hill, to pedal up the hill.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And you get on the other side. I think I don't know if it'll recharge itself going downhill, but either way, it's that's today's technology. Have a great one.
Thank you.
The one technology I really seriously would like to get with the bicycle is the communication. So I could talk to Robin, because sometimes we're kind of far apart.
The headset,
yeah, we're far apart from one another. So what is that? Is that Bluetooth, or is that like a transistor? Not transistor.
No,
like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it's like a walkie-talkie. It has its own frequencies, somewhere around 19 megahertz or somewhere. You Radio Shack used to have those. Maybe the Night Guy, Night Fire, I guess the name of the company is, on 27. They may have it, but you can go online and just type in portable headset for bike riding or wireless.
That would be nice to have.
Yeah.
Because, when Robin went over that rattlesnake out in the forest, I didn't need a headset to hear that.
Yeah.
I heard her. I heard what she said.
What
Snake!
Hey.
Snake!
Yeah.
I said, I see it!
Do you ever have somebody? I know you have your guys that are coming over to work on your cable system and all, but do you ever have other people you meet across the ocean at those conferences come over just to shadow you for a couple of days to see how you're doing something? And
Yeah,
you share it
I've
with
had
them?
calls from the people we met when we went to England, and they've. And, they're asking me if I'm coming back over or vice versa. They'd like to come over. And it's just not ready for them to come over yet, for me. But I'll be in France, so I've told them I'll be attending that certain convention. If they wanted to come over, we can talk. But we actually have a couple of boxes ready to go right now, the set-top boxes.
Oh, nice.
And we'll be doing some testing this week coming up. And it looks like we'll be launching ASAP, because we have 500 set tops.
Oh, wow.
But we got to buy 5,000. 500 is nothing. We got to buy a large quantity, because you'll want one, and then your neighbor will want one, and before you know it, we'll be out. So we have to, and it takes almost 90 days to get them. So we have to order now if we're going to get them before Christmas.
How exciting is that?
It is very exciting, except we got to pay for them.
So is France more... this is a dumb question. I should know this. But it's not tropical, no. England is a cold country? Were you there?
Well, it rains. It rains, and it's cloudy.
Uh-huh.
And let's see, what else?
What
and
season
hot.
were you there?
We were there in June. No, it's April.
In April.
Yeah.
So it was warm? Oh no, it was warm here in April, but probably not there yet, right?
It was, since it rained, it was cool and windy, you might say. But it was good. I mean, we weren't outdoors much except when we went on our hikes. So what we did is we didn't take Uber many places. We took the Channel, the trains, what do you call them? The tube.
That's it.
And then we purposely got off like a stop before or stop after and walked because we had a map on our cell phone. And it told us where we wanted to go, but it also told us things that were around. So we would get off, and like if we were going to Trafalgar Square, it would say that Harrah's is like 5 blocks from it. So we get off a little bit before Harrah's, which is the world's largest department store. And then we'd walk 4 or 5 blocks, and then we would get to Harrah's, and then we go all through Harrah's and everything, maybe sit down, have something cool to drink. And then when we get down, you cross the street, and you're in this big park, Trafalgar.
Oh,
and then you
my.
walk that, and you see all the big lion statues, and you do this. So we made it a point to plan our day instead of just walking around aimlessly taking pictures and not even knowing what we're taking a picture of.
Right.
And then we saw the changing of the guards, That was cool.
That is cool.
We missed it by about 5 minutes, the actual
Oh no,
pomp and circumstance.
the big Q-tip guy.
Yeah.
You have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Yeah, Hugh again, real quick. I was just going to say, Paris, France, weather is very much like Atlanta, Georgia, if you're familiar with Atlanta, Georgia's climate, with a short, mild winter and a long, hot summer. So it's very close to Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I believe it's in the middle of October.
It should be very good. Very good, yeah.
That's what we think, middle of October. And we always and we use a digital camera, so we take thousands of pictures.
Yeah, take a lot of money with you. Paris is very, very expensive.
Oh, not the way we go.
If you have a picture, there's always a McDonald's.
Yeah. So what we try to do is we try to go to the stores that are right around the corner. The little hole in the walls.
Yeah, sure.
And there might be a produce stand, so we'll buy apples, maybe a thing of grapes or whatever, and we put them in our knapsack, for lack of a better term. And then all day while we're walking around, we may even have a couple of water bottles in there. So we really only eat like if the hotel has a breakfast, okay, fine, we'll have that. But we might get a croissant or something. And then lunch, maybe just eat the fruit we had, and then dinner times we wanted to do something every night for dinner.
Oh,
so we went to pubs.
So wait a minute. If you ride a bicycle in Paris, you got to have a basket on the front, and you got to get one of those large loaves of bread sticking out of your basket. Every time I see a picture of Paris, there's a bicycle with a basket with bread.
Right. Yeah. And a load of ring, 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 ring.
Everybody drives around with bread in their basket.
You got to have a ring, ring bell. Ring, 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 ring. Yeah, bread's good. I like bread.
Can artificial intelligence be maxed out? Or is artificial intelligence always going to be doing what it does?
Well, it's artificial intelligence for everything. If you notice, a lot of times, even when you're using your cell phone, if you hit 352, all of a sudden, everything started when 352 popped up on your cell phone.
Right,
and if you hit 57, everything, now they drop out, new ones come up because they start with 57. And then, so it's always trying to second guess you. So and then finally, when you hit the last number, it says, "Okay, I don't remember any of those," or "Yes, this is who you called last," and that's part of an artificial intelligence. So everything has some form of artificial intelligence for the remembrance, if not for anything else. But even when you're walking, and you're using your cell phone as the Google, for lack of a better term, and it's talking to you or it's showing you. There's so much more you can ask of it than that. Like in England, when we were walking, we would say water, hit water, and it'd say 1 block ahead to the right is a gas station if you need water.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Just get off of this road and then turn right here, go to the gas station, and then you can continue on from there. So it was really interesting because, you want to use a bathroom, let's say, but you're in Abbey Road and it's all houses. You're going to knock on someone's door.
Right.
So it'll say just past the statue or around the corner is a gas station.
That's
It was
or behind the statue.
Yeah.
As long as nobody's looking.
A lot of statues.
You know, one of the things that I find cool in the new stuff is the augmented reality, where you're looking at what's out there, but something else is added to it, like a couch or something. So.
Oh, yeah. Couch. You need a couch.
All right, we are out of time, Jim.
That's right. We've wasted another half hour.
How do we call you? What's your number?
Yeah, 854-9795.
Jim George, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always fun.
Have a great day.
Thank you for the picture of Abbey Road. We'll be right back.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. The president on Twitter this morning continuing to go after one of the congresswomen he'd told to go back to her